Welcome to the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. I'm Scoot. I want to mention that if you haven't subscribed, I hope you will subscribe to the channel. It's real simple. Just subscribe. It's free, and we give you a little notice every time we do something, so you can either watch it live or check on it when you can. I want to mention that today, July 20th, is the birthday of bassist, singer-songwriter for the Moody Blues and one of the original founding members, John Lodge. 76 years old today. And for those of you who are new to the YouTube channel, first of all, I welcome you. There is an interview. I did a recent interview with John Lodge. We talked for about 20 minutes, and it was a great in-depth interview with this rock icon. And even for those of you who are Xers and Zoomers and millennials, it's really interesting to hear the perspective of somebody who is just such an iconic rocker. And John Lodge is really interesting because he is an evangelical Christian in the world of rock. And he's still married to his wife. I mean, they've been married since the beginning. They've weathered a lot of storms, obviously. But it's a great conversation. He was at his home in England, and I was in my apartment here in downtown New Orleans, and we did a Zoom call. But you can also find that interview with John Lodge right here on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. Okay, so last night's post about the conservative porn star getting kicked out of a conservative conference got a lot of attention, and it was interesting how some people were, making excuses as to why it was appropriate to kick her out. Now, I guess they can kick her out if they want to, but I mean, this really brings about a bigger question. And the question is it possible to be a conservative and a porn star at the same time? I think it is. Anyway, you can view that video. It's up here on the channel. And coming up on Facebook, Scoot on the Air Facebook, I'm going to talk about LaToya Cantrell, the mayor of New Orleans, holding a press conference tomorrow, and some people think she may be announcing a new mask mandate. So we'll talk about that on Facebook. All right, so something is going on with Republicans. Something's going on with Republicans and the COVID-19 vaccine. Last night, Fox host Sean Hannity is telling people, get the vaccination. He said, enough people have died, get the vaccination. Congressman Steve Scalise, Republican from Louisiana, revealed today through an article in NOLA.com newspaper, website newspaper, revealed that he got his first dose of the vaccine over the weekend. And he says it's safe and effective. And he's telling other people to get it. I like Steve Scalise as a person. But I don't like the hypocrisy. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, why all of a sudden? I mean, I have a theory. Why all of a sudden are these staunch conservatives pushing the vaccine? Again, I have a theory. But this is the same vaccine that Steve Scalise wasn't getting. And he would give these really lame excuses about how, well, I don't have it, I haven't gotten it, and I may get it, I may still get it. But suddenly he gets it. I think he got scared of the Delta variant. And I think Sean Hannity is scared. And in a minute, I'm going to tell you what they're scared of. But Congressman Steve Scalise said that, especially with the Delta variant becoming a more aggressive and seeing another spike, it's a good time to do it. Get the vaccine. He said, when you talk to people who run hospitals in New Orleans and other states, 90% of the people in the hospital with the Delta variant have not been vaccinated. That's another signal the vaccine works. So it took this to convince him the vaccine works. The evidence has always been there that the vaccine works. Now, I realize some people will not take it, and they'll never take it. And nobody's going to force you to take it. But to the logical mind, it seems obvious that the vaccine works. So again, I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, except I think it may be because, let me share this survey with you. This is a survey this month from the Washington Post and ABC News. It's a poll. Among Democrats, 86% have received at least one vaccine. 86%. Republicans, only 45%. 47% of Republicans say they're not likely to ever get vaccinated. Only 6% of Democrats say they're likely to never get vaccinated. So let's do a little math here. 45%, only 45% of Republicans have had at least one shot. In the states with the biggest percentage, well, the lowest percent, in the states with the lowest percentage of people vaccinated, red states dominated by Republicans, in these states, there are big spikes in cases and hospitalizations and deaths. And over 99% of the deaths are people who have not been vaccinated. So here's what's up with the Republican Party. They just figured this out. If our people are not getting vaccinated in as large a numbers, and if the people who are not vaccinated are friggin' dying, then we got to change our attitude about this shit. Because they figure, I mean, they must have figured out that more Republicans are going to die than Democrats. So they finally decided to back the vaccine because they might lose voters. And when I say lose voters, I mean literally Republicans dropping dead because they're not vaccinated. I think that's what's behind this new Republican crusade to get vaxxed up. So if you haven't gotten the vaccine, I always thought it was a good idea. And now it suddenly occurs to people like Steve Scalise and Sean Hannity that it's a good idea. But do they really care about you beyond just being a voter? It's hard to make that argument. They're afraid too many Republicans will die if they don't get vaccinated.